He was a guy that Najee introduced me to. We were looking for somebody to go out with us. And I couldn't, my regular guy was not available. He said, man, Morris Pleasure. So I said, okay, Najee, that's cool. You like it? Hired him. He came out. He was so good that I convinced him to come to LA. I said, man, you can work in LA. Now he's working with Earth, Wind & Fire. He's like their music director. He's a very in-demand guy. We were very lucky to be able to get Morris to do this tour. And he takes so much pressure off me because I know if I give him a tape and he knows I'm going to be playing the basic piano parts, he'll learn all the little stuff. And if he doesn't have it together the first day, the next day he'll come in and have the sound and we'll get it all together.
Now during the solo mode, we should stop all of that, all the parts. Forget the parts, just let it break. You know, da 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 da. Yeah, everybody. If you can help me out with that, Mo.
Wonderful player. Plays classical music too.
Hi, this is Mo Pleasure. I've been a professional musician for over 30 years now, and in that time I've had the pleasure of playing with many greats, none greater than the legendary George Duke. I played with George back from 1991 up through the present time when he died. As a second keyboard player with him, and I learned so much from him, not just about music, but about life. And I wanted to do something really, really special for George because he is a one-of-a-kind musician and a one-of-a-kind person. And I wanted to do a special tribute to this very, very special musician and very special man. I owe George so much for my career. George actually recommended me for other gigs such as Earth, Wind & Fire, which took me on and on to Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, and many, many more gigs. There have been many specials out there and tributes to him already, but at this point I wanted to do my own. I wanted to show the breadth of his catalog because he was a musician that played everything from jazz to rock to fusion to classical to Brazilian music. It started with my drummer, Quick Ellis, who is an incredible drummer from right here in Atlanta. Played with everybody out there in the industry, and we've done a lot of work together in the studio and live. Then I came in with my our bass player, Sam Sims, who is undeniably one of the best in the industry. He's worked with everyone from Michael Jackson to Janet Jackson to George Duke. And Sam was actually George's bass player for quite a while too. Also on guitar, I've got the Bishop, Rick Watford. Ricky Watford is like my little brother, but I have to say I look up to him so much because he's played with some of the greatest in the gospel industry as well as pop industry. Rick has been out there playing on every gospel record in the world with all of the greats, from Yolanda to Donnie McClurkin, on and on. On saxophone, I have my boy Freddie V, who has been with Average White Band for many, many years, and I've known him since our playing days back in Connecticut. We're featuring tonight Tony Red, who is an incredible vocalist. I had the pleasure of producing her album last year. So Tony I called her yesterday to see if she could do the show, and she was able to do it, and she is here today, learned all the songs in one day. So it's gonna be a hot night. I got together with my good friend Fontaine Lewis on this. We were doing Jazz and Jokes projects here in Atlanta, doing those shows which have been very successful. We decided we were gonna do this one as a very special tribute to George Duke. I wanted to introduce people to his music that didn't know his music before. That's why I'm really enjoying the fact that we're doing this here in Marietta, Georgia, which is not really necessarily known as the funk capital of the world. So tonight is going to be a great show. We're glad you're here. So we put this whole thing together along with the comedians, this tribute to George Duke. Check it out.